Gamesweasel.com. Review.
In my strange little head, Jak and Daxter and Ratchet & Clank are pretty interchangeable. They both feature a main character with big ears with a funny sidekick that rides around on his back. This new game on the PSP is made by High Impact Games, who funnily enough made Ratchet & Clank Size Matters also on the PSP, so it does feel similar in many ways, although for me, it doesn't quite match the quality of the Lombax's adventure. This time Jak's lost his dark powers, which makes for a more light-hearted feel to this game, and Jak and Kira are now looking for more eco as the world is running out of it quickly. On their travels they also battle a fair few space pirates, and there's the usual linear running, jumping and shooting in the platform levels, and there's also dogfighting missions in the skies. Jak now has a big stick he uses to hit enemies with, but you can also attach gun modifications to it for long range attacks. Unfortunately there's no manual lock-on for the gun, so it just sort of snaps to the nearest enemy. Now that's not a good idea when you're running around an arena and trying to use the L and R buttons to rotate the camera so you can get a view of what you're shooting at. The missions in your spaceship are fun at first as you bank, turn and barrel roll all around the place. You can also fire out Daxter to grapple onto ships and manually take apart their guns and shields. These long levels can get a bit samey towards the end though. Daxter also has his own levels where, thanks to Dark Eco, he turns into a sort of Tasmanian devil. These don't really add much to the game as a whole though, and can get quite repetitive once you've learned to spin into your enemies and use spiders to plug up gaps in the levels, etc. If you want a solid platformer on the PSP, then I would recommend The Lost Frontier. However, if you haven't yet played Size Matters, you can probably pick it up for a good price and it's more fun to boot. The Lost Frontier gets a very good 7 out of 10.
You've been watching a review from Gamesweasel. If you want to get the show each week, which includes video game reviews, news, previews, competitions and special features, then head over to Gamesweasel.com for our video podcast, Gamesweasel TV.
Gamesweasel.com.